Hey, before this video starts, I want to introduce our sponsor, me. I'm the one making these darn videos. ObsessedGarage.com. We're running a Black Friday sale, which we've done every year. It's the only sale of the year we do. You want to get things like this, my beloved Merca polisher. I think you want this. Get it on sale. And if you're Inside the Hex members, there's special promos for you guys as well. Make sure to go check it out. Hey everyone, I feel like I owe you a tool update. I've been spending many hours seeing how it fits into a darn drawer. And so just to rewind a little bit, if you're new here or you're just watching this for the first time, I started life like the rest of us, just kind of, my dad gave me a little Craftsman set, and I bought some Craftsman tools, some Harbor Freight tools. I bought a bunch of tools from an estate sale, and I didn't know they were all Harbor Freight tools, but ended up with some more stuff. So I ended up with a hodgepodge of stuff over the years, and then I discovered the company Sonic Tools, and they have this most amazing foam on the planet. And so at my Helen house, at my last house, at OGHQ, we had all the foam inlays with all the Sonic stuff, and that was a good first, like, really nice tool set for me. I still am a huge advocate for it, but I wanted to spend some time, and same thing, like if you look at my detailing stuff, it's an aggregation, it's a curated solution of stuff from all over the world. You know, each one of these spray bottles, there's 10 or 12 different companies of products in there. You know, we have different polishes, different leather cleaners, you know, different specialties where certain companies specialize in different things. And part of my value prop to the world has been, you know, being that professional shopper, digging into catalogs. One of my favorite things to do in this world is to get a 300-page catalog and then sift through it. You know, for most people, I understand that's not exciting, but you know, here's a couple of examples here of two catalogs I've been deeply immersed in. There's the Stahlwille. By the way, someday if you want me to teach you how to tear a phone book in half, I'll teach you how to do that. So I don't want to rip this catalog in half, but someday I should show you how to do that. There's a secret trick. And then, you know, I have the Knipex catalog, the Wera catalog. And so my process looks like this. Kind of go through each section, decide, you know, what am I interested in? And I'll circle it. So I didn't want any of these, but I circled those. Kind of go through each product individually. I thought I wanted that, and I crossed it out. And then I'll usually use different colors of things that, you know, I kind of looked, and it just, I have check marks, and I have a whole system that I go through. But I'll carry this, you can see the catalog's a little curved, because I'll carry this catalog around with me everywhere I go for months. Then after I circle it all, then I'll usually ask the company, hey, can I have your, like, the spreadsheet of all the products with all the pricing on it? And so then I'll transpose and go and highlight all the things I circle in the catalog on spreadsheet. And I'll sort and resort and reorganize the spreadsheet and then figure out, okay, how much is this? And in some cases, this is something I couldn't do this project years ago. I had to have the means. First of all, I had to have a number of people that I could sell the tools that didn't make the cut to, and I had to have the money available to be able to invest in this. I mean, I've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on tools over the last, you know, year or two to come up with this. So I buy the tools, get them all, sort them, resort them, sort them again, go cross-reference the catalog, cross-reference the spreadsheet, and then eventually put them in a drawer. And the first thing I did was, and I've taken most of them out of here, but I put them in some mock toolboxes just to kind of figure out what's what. So yes, right now I have two master collections of Koken stuff. So I use these two toolboxes. I use them at HQ to go through and to dig in and figure out, you know, how you know, what tools do I want? How does it fit in a drawer? Here's a bunch of tools that didn't make the cut. I got to sell off a bunch of this stuff. There's a bunch more in some other drawers that didn't make the cut. And so I usually do a pretty good job of going through the catalog, and so I'm usually buying, you know, about 75% of what's in the catalog, and then I'm probably eliminating another 25% when I actually get it in person. And then put it in a drawer, get it organized, and then figure out, you know, what fits. And so that brings you up to speed with where we're at. And so then that process per product Knipex didn't take as long as, say, Koken did. The Koken process probably took, I would guess, 60 or 80 hours, something like that, maybe 100 hours between the spreadsheets and the catalogs and the circling and the buying and the sorting and the resorting. And then I think to build these drawers, all these drawers I'm going to show you, I have spent a few Saturdays, Sundays, so I'm probably about 30 hours into then organizing it in the drawer in sort of the final form of what it looks like. So I'm going to take you through each drawer. What my ultimate goal here is in a curated solution is to, and there I may or may not have the best tools on the planet here, but one argument I would make is it's going to be really, really good. It's better than the Sonic setup. The organization structure that I'm using here is with ToolGrid. ToolGrid is more efficient, but I think at some point we may do foam. ToolGrid's more efficient. I'll show you with like the pliers and stuff like that where you can stand them up. Sockets as well. But this is the initial version of what I would call a master collection for, the Matt Mormon tool collection. There's a lot of redundancy, there's a lot of excess, there's a lot of like God dang it, I'm gonna kill somebody. I'm gonna have to lock these drawers and keep everybody out of it. So the intention, I think what we're going to do on the OG website, and mainly for our garage design people, because we have people who just shoot, I think we had some guy just wire us $500,000 to do everything in this garage. So we do have a lot of clients, a lot of customers that will want, I want all the drawers exactly as Matt set them up. And so we're going to have that as an option, but that'll be a special order thing. Will be build to order. And so what I'm going to do next after I go through all these drawers with Tommy and Nick, product development, there's a lot of screwdrivers. These are just straight blades. So the slotted or whatever you call them. So which ones do you actually need? And so we'll go with an essentials, a aspirational, and then the master collection. And we'll stock the essentials. So we're going to stock different packages of this. We'll have it in stock, available, ready to instant ship. And then we'll build out the more, sort of kind of custom designed tool packages is the plan. So our design team will train and become really well versed to sit down with you and build out your tool package. So Sonic is still a great option. Lots of people will still buy those. This, if you want the curated solution, my guess is the entire curated solution would probably be about $50,000 worth of tools. Much, much more expensive. The Sonic Master Collection is something like $23,000, so about half the cost. So this drawer here is Wera straight blade. We have stainless. They're normal. I think Craftform 300 series. Yeah, Craftform 300 series, and then we have Craftform 900 series. And so the way I organized it is by I guess blade size and length. And so we're doing the various thicknesses of the slot, and then I have various lengths of the tools. These are ToolGrid tooltip holders and then ToolGrid 6-inch boards. And so the Craftform 900 series is the shafted through, so these are hammerable. They also have the lock on, so you can lock a wrench on it. They make a Craftform 300 series that is very similar with the ratchetable, but it doesn't have the hammer through metal shaft that runs through the handle. And so I eliminated, I think that was 335 SK series, eliminated those, and so I didn't have redundancy. So this drawer and this drawer below, I think it was 517 screwdrivers that they make. I had them all, and they lined up my entire 22-foot countertop back at the other house, and I think we're down to 71 screwdrivers or something like that. So it's still ridiculous, still overkill. These stainless ones technically are designed to be used on stainless fasteners. I just couldn't give it up because they're so darn pretty. But you certainly wouldn't need this in an essentials kit of tools. But some of us I just want it. Why not? Work hard, figure out a way to provide value to people in the world, and I just want it. And so I am creating the aspirational package of tools. I'm not using tools all day, every day, but when I do use them, I want to have an excellent experience, and I want to have everything. You know, part of it for me is the pursuit of putting together a collection and providing value to the world. It's not so much about being a grease monkey going and tearing apart my cars, but if I do like to work on my cars on my own time when I want to, and I want to have an amazing package of tools. So we have our various straight blades: Craftform 300, Craftform 300 stainless, Craftform 900, and then I have this really awesome Hazet package. Wera makes all kinds of little bit holders and stuff as well. I like the Hazet stuff better. I just think it looks nicer. The quality seems a little bit better. The kit that comes together is pretty nice as well. And so what I can do is I can take this with me if I wanted to. So grab and go was one of my goals. But then I have a place for it, a permanent place where it sits and is positioned permanently. An example of where I reduced some of the redundancy, so the micro screwdrivers have the option for individual bits. And so I can buy one handle and then have the bits. Instead of having 50 different screwdrivers, I can have one handle and then do interchangeable bits. Which one could argue you could do the same thing with a straight blade screwdriver, but I like to have a fixed straight blade. So again, somebody has to make this decision, and so I'm making it for me, and then I'll provide you the information and a solution if necessary, if it's something you're interested in. So then our Phillips screwdrivers, there aren't as many Phillips as there are straight blades. There's quite a few less, maybe 15 less as an option. But I carried the same idea here where I wanted various sizes. You have PZ and PH. So you have PZ 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, PH 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then up here is where we have PH 00, 000, quadruple 0. You have JIC type. So you have different types of Phillips bits as well. And so we're covering all the bases. For the voltage specific or the VDE type screwdrivers, because I've used these very rarely, I decided to use a single handle and then go with the insert bits. The insert type. So I can have a complete set of all the different type of electric style bits, but I can do this with a single handle with interchangeable drivers, I guess you would call that. So again, just a decision that I made. I could have just done all individual screwdrivers, but I thought this was a better option for me. So then, as we work our way down, I'm doing the ToolGrid bit holders, and then I did include and create an interchangeable Torx. I want to introduce our sponsor, me. We have this back, so we brought it back again, and it's such great success with it last year, but GFX. So if there's one thing that you want to buy, it's this. GFX smells like Christmas. It's just... You know me, I'm a boring, annoying old man, but something about the smell of this just makes me happy. You need to buy touchless. So just buy the big 5 liters, buy 5 of them because you're going to be using it for the rest of your life. Make sure to go check it out. Rather than doing a bunch of individual T-handles, I've got all the really cool interchangeable, bit holding type, Wera screwdriver handles, and then they actually make double the amount of handles, and so I played with those and tried to figure out which one I wanted, and so this became the package that I put together. But then we have all the different types of metric and SAE Allens, and then I decided to do the ratcheting version of the T-handle. So rather than having 3 drawers with all the various T-handles that are fixed, because I don't use a T-handle as much as a screwdriver, I decided to go with fixed screwdrivers, but then the interchangeable T-handle. Again, a choice that I made. And then you have all different types of handles. If I needed some sort of electronic discharge, this handle is grounded, and so this is an ESD type driver. Again, I'm probably never going to need that. I'm not doing a lot of electronics work, but I think it's cool, so I bought it. You also have in here, we have the impact style. So these are impact type. So I can hammer, and then this is the one that kind of ratchets or turns as you hammer on the handle of the screwdriver. And then we have the impact rated bits that can go in place. And then I have it all here available, labeled, turned out so I can see all the sizes. I've got, you know, various bits as well for the drill, or for, you know, if I wanted to do something else, some sort of extension interchangeably. I've got all the different combinations available here. And again, Wera makes quite a bit more. Hazet makes a bunch of them. Milwaukee makes a bunch of them. And this is sort of the package that I put together. When it comes to wrenches, everything except for ratcheting wrenches is from a company called Stahlwille, Stahlwille. And so I have various versions of, you know, these would be the most common version of a 15-degree, you know, really precise, you know, normal box and open end, you know, to your typical wrench. I had a hard time giving up some of the wrenches. I actually eliminated quite a few of them. But some of these, like, I don't know, double box, rounded double box, I thought was pretty cool. Normal length, not extended length. And so I, you know, again, I have a lot of redundancy here that wouldn't be necessary if you were, like, again, I do have another, you know, impact from Koken as well here. So I have some redundancy that you wouldn't need if you were trying to keep, you know, keep costs under control. And then I have, this is actually, I think that was a 15-degree, no, sorry, this is SAE. This is the 15-degree SAE. So this is my SAE drawer. In the ratcheting wrench space, I bought Koken, I bought S&K, Sonic. What else did I have? I've had a dozen or so, Stahlwille, several other ratcheting wrenches, and I came to the conclusion that I really like these. These are the Gearwrench version that I think is really, really cool. And so these are the 120-tooth Gearwrench version of their ratcheting wrenches. And so all of the Gearwrench stuff is ratcheting, or all the ratcheting stuff is from Gearwrench. Even though it's, you know, kind of inexpensive Chinese-made stuff, I think they're doing the best job with the ratcheting versions. So we have flexible heads, fixed heads, and I went through their whole catalog, ordered a bunch of stuff, and came to the conclusion that this is, you know, this is the mix that I would like to have in my drawer. So this is the all SAE drawer, and then I come over here to the left. This is my Milwaukee bit drawer. So again, I have a little bit of redundancy here, and then I have all the Milwaukee bits. I do have some Hazets and Weras that become redundant, but I went through and labeled all this stuff so that I can have this drawer all nice, neat, and organized, so it makes sense. And then this drawer here will be for Milwaukee, like, I'm going to do all Milwaukee for levels and tape measures and all that kind of stuff. And then I'll chase those in the future. This here is more metric, so I have my metric wrenches kind of extended over to the left here. And so I have the offset metric. I have, which I couldn't see, these are long-handled offset. Uh-oh, I haven't screwed this drawer down yet. So these are longer reach. You can see why you need to screw this stuff down. I'll fix that later. It's gonna drive me crazy. And then, you know, same redundancy but in metric, the metric version. I haven't done this drawer completely yet, so these are the extended, you know, Gearwrench. A company that I've found at SEMA is 8. So they're going to be my hex key, you know, or Allen key, you know, company that I'm going to head toward. So as we kind of work our way over, let's see, this is, oh yeah, that was SAE we already showed you. Then we get into the expensive drawers, which is this beauty. So Koken, Wera, Hazet, primarily Koken. So this is the 1/4-inch drive drawer. Again, I have a lot of redundancy here. We have the We have the Koken Z series, these really shallow depth sockets. I have Koken nut grip, which has the little ball bearing that'll hold onto the nut. We have the universal type version. We have deep well, and then I have 6-point, 12-point surface drive, deep, and then there's also mid-size sockets. So there's a lot of redundancy here that wouldn't be necessary if you were building an essentials kit. This section here is specialty for the studs. Again, not something absolutely necessary, but I had some extra space in the 1/4-inch drawer, so I fit that set there. 3/8. Look at that drawer. I don't know what this drawer cost, but it's probably 10 G's. Wera Hazet, Wera Koken, where they have, like, check out this thing, it's super cool. I showed you this in another video, where it's a 1/4-inch head profile, but 3/8-inch anvil. Pretty neat. Flexible head, fixed head. If you were, you could eliminate some of this stuff. I've got our, spark plug sockets. I've got, again, all the different redundancies of all the different cool stuff that the Koken makes. I did narrow it down quite a bit. Here's another really cool thing that they do. Their locking extension, and then their wobble extension has, I think, the smoothest and cleanest wobble in the game, where you get quite a bit of articulation, and then it does have a really nice locking mechanism on the wobble extension. Pretty sick. I could go on and on about all the different things that they have to offer. It's really, really neat. 3/8, the main 3/8 section here. One of the problems I had with ToolGrid and these drawer profiles is I couldn't fit deep well sockets in this size of a drawer. So I'm actually working with ProSlat to see if I can get them to make a 6-drawer version of these cabinets. But this, in the 1/2-inch version, Koken only makes 1 ratchet. And so I have a Stahlwille, Hazet, Wera, and so I've got a different combination of my, my favorite ratchets for 3/8. I'm sorry, 1/2-inch. This drawer here is a few bucks. Stahlwille. So this is Stahlwille N series. This is a click style. They have a quick style. They have digital. They have 6 or 8 different versions. I bought them all. This is my favorite, where I pull and I have a very nice detent type adjustment for my torque wrench. And then these have a removable head. It's a little easier to remove on the big one here. So I can actually take the head off, and then I can utilize these. And I have all the various sizes as well, where it's nice and clean. So I like that interchangeable head design. And then I've basically built out a complete set. This took many, many hours to figure out, because they don't sell this in a complete set. So this is figuring out the sizes that I think you would want, the various profiles. There's one other size in between this and that I think I'd like to have. I think it's a 80 to 300 Newton meter version. It's a little bit kind of in between these two in length. But I have a small 1/4-inch digital, so a really small one that goes down to 1 Newton meter. And then we have, so this goes 1 to 20, 4 to 20, 10 to 50, 4 to 200, and 130 to 650. And then I'll probably get the really, really big one for doing the Porsche center locks if I need to. This is the one drawer that I'm not super excited about because I have to screw this one down. Just screwing in all these things takes hours and hours. But this is all of my deep well. So people were complaining about, well, it's too low, I don't want to bend over. Well, almost all of the most used version of the 1/2-inch stuff is right here. So I'll use this 90% of the time. And then if I do need to get something specialty, I've got it down here in this bottom drawer. Again, if I can get them to make me a slightly taller version in the future of the ProSlat cabinets, I may do that. Last drawer I have set up is over here. Last 2 drawers. This drawer is the one I just did recently. So here's Knipex. I think I have 16 different type of cutters, wire cutters. So I went down from, I think they probably have 75 different versions. I bought about 30, and I think I've gotten down to 16 or 17. That ones that I was, obviously, ones that I wasn't willing to give up. And then, some of them expand out, so I just put a little zip tie on here because they're spring loaded just to keep it so the handle was in place. But doesn't this look good? I think it looks freaking awesome. So you have, various. These are really cool. These are a wrench plier. So an adjustable wrench. So it has the square profile of a wrench. I hope if I push this in properly. So the square profile of a wrench, but then the ability to operate as a plier, which I think is pretty sick. So these are really cool. And then the last drawer of tools is here, at least the last drawer for now. I got Knipex precision tweezers. What are those? Snap ring pliers, and then a pair of bolt cutters, and then just a really large pair of channel lock style. So next up are hammers. I'm going to dig into Osca hammers. We're going to dig into Thor hammers, grip-on, locking pliers, and like I said, 8 hex keys. And I actually spent a little time. A lot of you have suggested vessel screwdrivers. I don't like them. I preferred the Wera over PB Swiss and Vessel. So I think PB Swiss, Vessel, and Wera are probably the best screwdrivers. There's some preference there, but those are my favorites. And then those really simple. I think PB Swiss has some nice hex keys. I really don't like the Weras. They stick. They don't work very well. I think I have them right here. They just don't come out. I don't like them. So the 8 version we're gonna do, I think the company's called 8, is something I'm gonna work on. So anyway, working through all this stuff, and hope this wasn't in my drawer. But I wanted to give you a tool update on where I'm at. I still have some drawer adjustment to do. I've got some chaos I need to take care of. I want to make sure that wasn't from this drawer. We've got a really nice looking grouping of tools. And then I'll be building the spreadsheet and adding up the value and price and then building them on the website. So thanks for watching. Appreciate the support on all the stuff you've been buying from us. So hopefully I'll have a really awesome tool solution for anybody who cares to invest. See you soon.